welcome to another episode of Anime Apparently. On today's episode, I'm going to discuss my day in court and how I was done for indecent exposure, and how I spent 30 minutes convincing a jury it was necessary for my character arc to get my cock out. You call it perverted, I call it commentary. I will also then tell you the tale of how I fought a dragon on a moon who was also a Kamen Rider, which isn't as weird as the time I fought a flower pot man on an island for a can of Red Bull. Two of which were gender-swapping couples that morphed into Aubrey from Little Shop of Horrors, which turned me on slightly. Don't worry about it. As I'm bisected by the Black Dragon Power Ranger, I'm left floating in a vacuum of space, reminiscing about the time I was a vigilante and spent more time planning parties than anything interesting. So welcome everybody to another episode of Anime Apparently, the podcast where we talk about life, gaming, geeking, and anime, apparently. So, how are you guys doing?
Good, yeah. It's but also guilty confiscation. Oh, fuck that up. Guilty confiscation.
Guilty conversation.
Guilty
Confiscation.
Yeah, I completely fucked that up.
What were you supposed to say? I don't
Guilty
understand.
confiscation. Why can't I say confiscation?
Confiscated. Ted. Confiscated.
I thought he says confiscation.
No.
No? Am I wrong? No. Judge Man? JJK, no? I'm sure he said...
Oh, okay, got you now.
Yeah, fuck me, I thought... Fuck, we knew what we were doing here.
I don't know. No, we don't. We're 4 episodes in. Before we start, I'll just let everybody know we are a member down today, unfortunately.
If you couldn't tell, our cohesion is out the fucking window. We've lost one of our brain cells, can't you tell?
Yeah, I did an opening about 3 or 4 times and still ballsed it up. Yeah, Lazy Beats is not with us today as he's decided to betray the society and get a life and has now got a little responsibility of his own. He has now become a daddy. So he's not with us today, but much love to him, his partner, and the new little baby who we are all excited to see.
Yep, little baby Beats.
Love, little baby Beats. I've been looking for a nickname. It's baby Beats now. Yes.
I realise what you've done there, Misasaru.
Beats by Lazy. Oh my God!
You have started a chain reaction of which we will not be able to predict the end of.
All our love goes out to all 3 of them. I can't think of a more deserving couple to have a little baba. So,
Lazy Beats,
and hopefully
J
he'll be
Beats,
back.
and Baby Beats.
Yes. It's 3 BPM. I'm hoping that's a really clever music reference. I doubt it is.
Like me and music gonna know.
Oh, you more than I have no fucking idea. I have no fucking knowledge.
3 BPM's like a really slow. That's like boof, boof, boof. If your heart's at 3 BPM, you're pretty much dead.
I think it's so slow, yeah, I'm dead.
I feel like anyone else having a flashback to that meme Smash Bros video of the characters clapping, just poof, poof.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm sure we did. Didn't we discuss that on another pod or something like? Because I'm sure I like my favorite.
I'm sure it definitely brought it up recently.
Yeah, because my favorite still is the Donkey Kong one, where it's just and was it Wario's?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a few things to discuss today, and of course, as always, we'll be going into Hell's Paradise, Fire Force, JJK, and I really don't want to, but we will talk about My Hero Academia Vigilantes.
And before anybody asks, no, Retro, has not seen any of this stuff other than reading it. So, I'm a scrub.
At least he's consistent. At least you're consistent in that.
Can you go this entire anime season without actually watching any anime?
It's great. I'm on an anime show and don't watch anime. Hey. Now you really see why we call it anime apparently, because I don't know what I'm doing here.
You're supposed to watch anime, apparently.
Instead I'm watching Kamen Rider Zets, and the midway point has just happened, and I'm looking forward to how this plays out in the next half. Ooh.
I think I'm going to start us off with we've got 2 season 2s that have come back, which I knew about one of them. We'd already discussed one of them, and one of them I completely forgot about. So we've got Ted season 2's back, and One Piece season 2 is also back. I think I completely forgot that Ted was coming back, and I absolutely love Ted. And season 2 is so much better than the first. Like I've not finished all of it. I've got 1 episode left of Ted season 2, but my god, is it so funny!
It's so funny, you know. It's like I've been saying, because Family Guy and American Dad and all that haven't been that great for quite a while. Ever since
Yeah,
Separate Filing stopped writing for him, I kind of forgot that he's actually funny. Like when he's actually in charge of a project, it's like no,
yeah.
he's a fucking comedy genius. Honestly, it's just so fucking funny.
There's been so many times in this this new season of Ted where I have legitimately been crying laughing. I think the one that's going viral at the moment is obviously Retro's not seen it, so he has no clue. Is when they go to that woman's house and this woman, this married woman wants to shag Ted, and he ends up. She's like, oh, I really want to do you, like I'm really into teddy bears, and he's like, yeah. Well, like if I don't know if you haven't noticed, Hasbro didn't, okay, that was sold separately.
I'm sorry to interject, but I just my brain just realised there's several shows out there, not recent, but there's a few in the past that were called Ted. So it might be a good idea to specify, this is the Seth MacFarlane, this is the TV show based off the Seth MacFarlane movie Ted, in which there's a live action in which the teddy bears come to life.
Yeah, I think we kind of got that when I mentioned Seth MacFarlane before.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Ted Lasso or Father Ted. Yeah,
no, I don't remember the last time Ted Lasso was running down the street with a strap on.
Yeah,
so that would be an odd moment. That I feel like that wouldn't be too remiss, because there's some insane shit that happened in that series.
What, Ted Lasso?
From what I've heard.
I've watched all Ted Lasso. Like, there is no running around with a strap on in Ted Lasso. I mean, unless there's an episode I missed.
Weirdly, I could kind of see it in Father Ted.
Yeah.
So I hear you're a racist now, Father.
But it's leaps and bounds over over the first season. Like, I thought first season was really funny, but like, I love some of the out of pocket shit that Ted says. Oh, yeah. So funny. I mean, there's a weird attempt as well as being like at pulling at your heartstrings. There's bits of commentary in Ted 2 I wasn't expecting. I don't take this the wrong way, but I don't think they nail it necessarily, but I'm quite shocked that they've attempted to tackle certain subjects. But still as funny as the first season. Like, oh my god.
It's funny because I've seen a lot of people like now. It's like, oh, we just want the TV series, let's make the movies non-canon, because two movies and two seasons of a TV show is enough to establish a canon now.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how much people hated Mark Wahlberg, and I had to sort of. I was never bothered by him. He's just like, it's just there to me.
To be honest, I don't know that much. All I know is I remember Walt. Oh God's sake, I can't speak. It's spreading. Mark Wahlberg started off as a rapper, which I think it was Mark. Is it Marky Mark? No, it might not be that. I'm gonna have to Google it now. But I know there's a lot of love-hate with Mark Wahlberg.
There doesn't seem to be any love about it, from what I can see.
I was seeing an interview with Seth MacFarlane where he was talking about obviously Ted and all the projects he's done, and apparently they're doing a Ted cartoon series now that's a sequel to the second Ted film.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Yeah.
Which I'm quite. I don't know. Like, I would have thought when I've watched some of when I heard about Ted might not get a third season because it's too expensive to produce. I was like, well, to be honest, a lot of this could have been done as a cartoon, but then again, you just roll into the same issues as Family Guy and American Dad. Yeah. It's just going to be pretty much similar. And I think having it as a live action, I think leads to more human moments. Like, I don't think you couldn't really get away with Blair in a cartoon. I don't think.
No, I think you can, but like I think having it in live action definitely makes it feel more real, literally.
Yeah.
That's a core concept of the show, isn't it? That's a core concept of the show, isn't it? Here's this really wacky, bizarre thing of a living teddy bear in what we would say is the real world, and growing up with this family. Whereas, like, if you've you make it into a cartoon, and it's like, well, yeah, no, this is just standard fare. We've had billions of children's cartoons where their childhood toy has come to life and done a whole heap of stuff. And again, even in Family Guy and American Dad, we've had moments where a childhood item has come to life and caused havoc, either as a one-off joke or as a plot point. Even Rick and Morty's done stuff like that.
I think that's part of the joke, though. Is like, could you imagine, like, when you see all these like kids' TV shows where they wish for something to be alive? It's like, okay, what happens if that never wears off, and they have to actually become full adults too? It's a bit like, I know this is a weird comparison, but it's a bit like Red Dwarf. Is like, what would imagine if the last person alive, the last human alive was basically a piece of shit. A scruffy bastard, and it's kind of like, well, what happens if this kid wishes this toy alive, but he becomes a fucking stoner and a washout?
I think the funniest and most like realistic thing about Ted is the fact that like not every character, nobody like overreacts to seeing him.
Yeah,
like, it's like, oh my god, a talking teddy bear.
Yeah.
Everyone's just so used to it.
Yeah, but
at this point,
the only thing is,
nobody gives a shit.
The only thing is, they've gotten used to it to such a degree that now everybody wants to fuck this damn teddy bear. Every season, every episode of this season, I'm sure there is somebody that has a teddy bear fetish.
Good lord.
And it was like, it's with the episode where when Johnny and Ted, was it applying for the school play because it looks good on the college application, and he fancies, is it Erin, the cheerleader, the head cheerleader. And I remember saying to my girlfriend, I was like, let me guess, the twist here is Johnny wants to go after her, but she wants to shag Ted. It didn't happen, but that's kind of the thing they've been setting up now, and it's just like who does not want a piece of this goddamn teddy bear?
It's weird though, because it's like Ted is very much a teddy bear. Like, you see at one point we froze up and he's like throwing up stuffing.
That's funny.
Or the bit where he has like a pack of rollers stuck up his ass.
Did you address that? Like, oh, he's throwing up the stuffing, and then he's like, isn't that like your intestines? Don't you need that?
No, they don't address it at all. They just move on.
That's what's even funnier. Is that I like the fact that there's an episode where Johnny gets his mom falsely, his mom takes the rap for Johnny having weed in his backpack, and it's when his dad chases both of them out of the house, and he throws Ted at Johnny and then picks Ted up and starts beating the shit out of Johnny with Ted. And it's so funny because I was laughing because I was just like, it's funny because it's hurting both of them. Oh, it is. It's got so goddamn. I hope there's a third season. Because ironically, this is going to lead on to my probably my next topic. But like, I find it so funny that they said like, oh, it might be too expensive to produce a third season, and then you look at like One Piece season 2, and where it looks like it's had an unlimited budget to make, and I'm like, please do a season 3 of Ted. Please.
I think it must be obviously to do with Peacock. The people obviously.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who Peacock is owned by.
So
I did see it the other day. But Netflix just seemed to have it's reaching Disney levels of money at this point. The fact that they had the money to buy Warner Brothers is insane to me, because like I just remember like Netflix starting, and it obviously used to be like, oh, it was basically like mail order fucking videos like Blockbuster, but you just order the tapes online. And then it's just like, oh, it's like here's this like small streaming service, and it took off, and now it's like bigger than Jesus,
Well, yeah, I still remember Netflix when it first started up as an app, because I had it on the Wii.
Oh yeah,
I downloaded it on the Wii,
shit.
and it was so fucking bare bones, and it was like,
my God.
And I remember, I can't remember. I think it was still on the free trial, and I still remember, like, for one, obviously, never scroll with the fucking Wii, with a Wii. Yeah, it's not designed to scroll the internet, and there was just like barely anything to watch. And now, well, to be honest, now you look at the future, the interface is a lot better, and still fuck all to watch.
There's just a lot more fuck all that you go, I don't really want to watch.
Yeah, but like I said, like to go back to what I said before, like One Piece season 2 has started, and I know Mizu, you don't give two flying shits about One Piece.
Nope.
But fucking Christ, season 2 is leaps and bounds better than the first season. And I'm not saying like season 1 was bad. Season 1 was really good, but now they've kind of got into the adventure and the meat of the actual story.
I'm amazed at how accurate they are going with the costumes.
Oh, I am, yeah. How far have you got into season 2 of One Piece, or have you not watched it yet, Retro?
I've been seeing clips left and right and centre. I've been trying to, but as mentioned previously in the podcast, I have severe sleeping troubles. And each time I'm trying to get it all sorted, get it all ready, get it all whatnot, I've just had an exchange where I'm like, I get up and I'm like, yeah, cool. Okay, I'll just do this one thing, and I'll move this thing over, and I'm wide awake. Oh no, I'll watch this whilst I'm still in KO. And
is it sleep problems, or is One Piece just boring?
No, it's just sleep problems. It's just sleep problems.
But one of the bits that
you do realize, Mizu Sarah, I will now turn that into a TikTok and a YouTube short, and we'll watch you burn.
We will like.
You can burn for a change.
You're already in hot water for your JJK literacy, apparently. Yeah, so fucking One Piece fans come out.
Yeah, Jesus, have a go at the dyslexic guy for not understanding shit.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun there. So we're getting flamed for We'll get flamed for JJK. Flamed. Mizu's gonna get flamed for not liking One Piece, and I'm gonna get flamed for being part of an anime podcast without having watched any anime, and we're just gonna watch as the view count spirals upwards because we're riding on the flame war we've generated.
We feed on your hatred. It makes us stronger.
The question is now what will be lazy beats flame war beef be when he gets back?
I don't know.
You'll have to watch next one to find out.
I don't think I've ever really heard Lazy Beats have any hot takes.
No,
he's sort of cool, kind of cool like that.
He's one of the most placid people you'll ever meet, to be honest. Even though he wouldn't agree to that. But like I was saying, One Piece season 2, like the effects, everything is just, it's so much better. Like they're doing a lot more with Luffy's actual stretching ability, and it's still, they're actually doing a really good job. Like when they use it, they're not overusing it, but when they do, the effects are still working. There are a few like blemishes here and there, but again, it's nitpicky stuff. And like, holy Christ, some of the women in this show are fucking gorgeous.
I must admit, like I've seen them, especially I think there's a shot of like is it Emily Rudd who plays Nami?
Oh, she's stunning.
Seeing her in a bikini, it's like, oh shit, I might actually have to watch this.
Slowly entering the era of waifu piece.
The woman they've got to play Vivi, oh my god, she's stunning. Every time she's on screen, I don't know what she's saying, I'm just getting lost in her eyes. And the woman that they've got to play Nico Robin, oh my god, she smashed it out of the park. Not only does she look the spits of like Nico Robin, her accent, her acting is brilliant. This season, I'm really enjoying this season. I've not watched the whole thing yet. I think I'm on to episode 5. The last thing I remember watching is they are stuck in a wax cake. By number 3. And also, like, I think it was episode 2, I could barely get through because of that fucking whale. Fucking Laboon. I was so excited to see Laboon, and it did not disappoint. Every time that damn whale was on screen, I was crying like a goddamn baby.
See, that's another reason why I'm very about watching it, because obviously I know that character, and I also know the one singing, and I know the future.
Oh yeah.
I know the future.
I think that's kind of neat because they've added Brooke in, which of course I know in the manga and the anime, he's barely sort of touched on in Laboon's backstory.
Yeah,
but then it's like retcon later. But they've actually put it in properly. The only thing is it's hard for me to express. But when Brooke turns up, he kind of makes me think of Malcolm from Nostalgia Critic when he's doing a character, and I don't know whether it's when he's doing the clown character, I think, and he's got all the hair, and it was like I couldn't unsee it.
Bill, but the inexplicable backstory that everyone else knows, but except for the viewers. Which
shit, I didn't realize how spot on that was actually.
Which hits a problem, which will. Hopefully, which unlike Nostalgia Critic, they won't have the same problem. But the problem with Bill now is that he's become that much of a recurring character. He's got a backstory. The viewers know some part of his backstory.
The only thing I'd say is a bit janky is when they meet. Was it? I can't say that. Brogy, and is it Donnie? Boggy? No. Why am I forgetting the other one's name? Brogy and the other giant.
Brogy and Dory.
Oh, Dory, thank you. Fucking hell. Just keep swimming. Just keep.
Fucking hell! If he starts swimming, he's taking several islands with him.
So when they meet those two giants, I think that's where the effects it's weird. It's sort of weird. It's very paradoxical. They work and they don't at the same time. It comes off like there's certain shots, and it just makes me think of Power Rangers. Where I'm like, you could, to me, it does come off a bit campy and a bit kiddie a little bit, and I'm like, if you're trying to sell this to more adult audiences, this might take them out a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's funny you say that because I've seen like the reviews coming up and stuff, and there's obviously people who are giving it high praise and stuff like that. But then I've seen a lot of people saying that they couldn't sit through the season because they found it incredibly cringe.
There are a few. The thing is I think the cringiest part is Inaki Godoy, who plays Luffy, because it's a problem I had with season 1. He animifies it too much. So there's like certain shots that work in an anime and a manga that don't work in live action.
He's trying to recreate the cartoon. He's trying to recreate the cartoon with
which isn't wrong, and it's like, but sometimes his delivery can be a bit flat. But the thing that saves it for me is that's just the fact of how much Inaki is absolutely loving playing Luffy. You can see him like in his eyes; he's loving every minute of it.
I think
like to give you an example, is it the Arlong Park bit is when the emotional bit when Nami falls to the floor and she's asking for Luffy's help. And Luffy looks at her and goes, yeah, of course I will. Puts a hat on her. And to me, if I was directing it, I would have just left it like, sorry. He goes, of course I will, puts a hat on. As he turns round, have him walk off towards Sanji, Zoro, and Usopp and go, of course I will. But no, they tried to match it to the manga where he suddenly stops and screams, of course I will. And that took me out of the moment. There needs to be sort of less stuff like that. I know it's true to the anime and manga, but it only works in anime and manga form. It doesn't work in live action. It just takes you out of it.
I'll admit that. And the thing is like, the reason, to me, it's one of those funny things of, it's only cringe if it's one, unnatural, and two, you half-ass it.
Yeah,
and it's like he still could have had the moment, like of course I will, and shout it. But instead of doing the giant doofy pose, it should have just been like a quick over the shoulder walk. Because obviously, over the shoulder. Like, of course I will, loudly as he's walking away into the pose. Just that bit more natural. Still loud, still boisterous, but a bit more natural.
The thing is, though, is I give the live action a lot of slack because, I mean, to try and recreate Oda's drawings is a madman's endeavor anyway.
Live action also, of all things.
Like, yeah, and with the live action, you can kind of rearrange stuff anyway because it's been going for 25 goddamn years. Yeah, there's only so much you can do with live action and with the time and the actors you've got, but. To sort of go back to my main point, like I'm loving season 2. I think I'm on episode 5, and so I've got about 3 more episodes left, and God, it's so good. There was a point, and I know this sounds daft because I know Retros, you're the biggest One Piece fan. You absolutely love One Piece. It's one of your favorite mangas of all time, and there's a bit where. They discover they get to Little Garden, and it's where they see the dinosaurs for the first time.
Yeah.
And Vivi's like, "Oh, we've got to be careful." He sees like the brachiosauruses, and like Luffy's like, "Oh, they do move in herds." Vivi's like, "Oh, like we've got to be careful. Don't don't make any sudden movements." And then all of a sudden, Luffy's sat on top of this brachiosaurus, and it was one of them moments where I'm like, I absolutely adore the adventure of this. Like, it's so exciting, and I can see why you love it so much now. And it's the adventure. It's, to me, this is what Doctor Who has been missing for a long time. It's a sense of adventure.
Yeah, so one of the like pluses of One Piece is that at the core, even if you flesh out their backstories, even when their backstories are fleshed out, the characters are still at the core who they are. And Luffy is impulsive. Luffy is impulsive, but empathetic. Notices details most others wouldn't, and it's great how no matter what the show will keep going.
Sorry to cut you off. It's funny. It's funny you're saying that because you see that a lot with Luffy in the live action where he looks at certain characters and he kind of feels them out and knows whether they are friendly or whether they're they're going to be bad guys. He's kind of like a sniffer dog, if you will.
But also, like, he's still very much like the dog thing. He will still jump in going, hello, and not real, and what should be...
He's got golden retriever energy.
Much golden retriever energy. And it's brilliant how that still is a thing, even when you have, like, a serious situation, such as, oh, here's this dangerous thing, and we're in a dangerous state, we're not quite sure if we've got this right or this right. We've just had a big scare. What should we do? We need to talk about that. And then just turn around and, like, any series would have the character change slightly to match that drama of we've just had a serious situation in which this spy just appeared, and but that's not Luffy. Luffy is like dinosaur. I'm gonna see if I can ride it. And the stuff and there's so many things in the manga. I am curious how far they're gonna go with it.
Well, apparently the actors have already sat with Oda and he's already said where he wants the live action to go to and where he thinks they're going to make it, they're going to stop it out. But obviously they're not going to say anything because they don't know. But apparently, from the looks of it, Emily Rudd got quite excited about where they're going to be heading with the live action. And her Instagram profile picture is Nami, and she's a big anime fan anyway. She was a big fan of One Piece before she started the live action, so she seems quite excited about where it could be leading, to be honest. But I can't wait for season 3 because I don't know where season 2 ends, but I think it starts before Alabasta. because I think it stops with them recruiting Chopper, which I've not seen how they've animated him yet, so I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, moving on from One Piece season 2, other things, it's like I've suddenly realised everything's goddamn ending. So we've got The Boys final season, JJK sequel manga, which I cannot fucking say the name of. Is it Monjuro? Monjuro?
I thought it was Modulo.
I thought it was Modulo. I thought it was Modulo. I don't know.
There's a D in there.
Monjuro?
Yeah.
To me, it sounds like that weight loss drug anyway. And also, out of fucking nowhere, Chainsaw Man is ending.
Next chapter, the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to ask about that because I've not read the manga. I've only watched the season and the movie. Because that's
you're an anime only. You're an anime only watcher, aren't you?
So that scene left out completely out of left field when he told me it was ending. I mean, I had no idea what's going on, if it was even building to an ending or what. But
it was out of left field for me and Retro.
Yeah. So
there was no build up. There was no with My Hero Kaiju number 8 and I can't think of the other. I think Naruto. I remember when I was reading them, it said ending in 5 chapters, or the chapter's gonna end. We've got 5 more till the end, and we also had an idea.
You can get an idea. Can you be like, oh, this is tying up this end. This is tying up this loose end. Hey, this thing that could be, an ongoing situation has just been tied up very, very sort of anticlimactically. I'm getting a feeling that this is coming to an end. And with Chainsaw Man, the past, 20 or so things have just been, to the wall, boom, 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 boom. And, they're still slowing down. And then we've just literally had this quiet little second, and then it pops up at the bottom. Last chapter is the final chapter.
Yeah, I've heard apparently they've changed that. They've changed that to be continued. So
I've not seen that.
I've seen something online saying that they changed it. I don't know if they actually have or not. So
I don't know. I don't know nowadays. Nowadays, a lot of people like to change stuff around, but
first impression.
As far as I was concerned, because when I got to the end of this latest chapter, which had me bawling out, proper crying, it said final chapter 24th of March. So I don't know, but there's also a lot of people thinking that maybe it's not the final chapter of Chainsaw Man ever, it's end of part 2. But the way this last chapter sort of wrapped up, it could be either or at this point. But the only way, it's hard to explain, because I know you asked us before the pod, Mizu, is it going out on a high? Is it going out on a... It's hard to explain in text or in words, to be honest, because where they were at in the manga, there was there's so much chaotic crap going on. It's one of those there's a lot going on. You have no idea what's going on, but it's all good. And then it's the only equivalent I could put it to is watching Avengers Endgame. They've rocked up, they've started the fight, and then all of a sudden it just goes roll credits. That's what it is. You've got Spider-Man, was it flying through with the gauntlet? You've got Ant-Man smashing all these aliens. You've got everybody, and then all of a sudden it just, all right. By the way, we're ending. We're not even at the end of the film. We've just stopped.
You get to Ichigo suddenly appearing at the end of Soul Society, and they're trying to leave out the door.
It's not the thing is though, is it's not going out on a high or a low. It's just confusing. It's just come out like you said, come out of left field. Yeah, cut to black kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because where it ends, it didn't feel like we were ramping up to the end. It felt like we were ramping up to the end of an arc, maybe, but not the end of the entire IP. It's so strange.
Yeah, it's. I guess it's going to be hard to say until next week, where we actually see this chapter, because
the chapter's not coming out till the 24th of March.
Oh, 24th.
Yeah,
is that next week? Wait, what day? Well,
no, I think it's 2 weeks away. Isn't
it?
Yeah, right, yeah. No idea what day it is.
They're blending together. See, again, we are missing a brain cell.
2026, man, it's just been a lot. It's been 2.5 months, but it feels like 5 years.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Relatable.
It's weird. It's a weird thing with Shonen though, because like we've seen it happen before, where series have come to a relatively abrupt end. I mean, as you mentioned with Naruto, it's like, yeah, even like I think some shows like manga like Naruto and Bleach, like obviously at the point they were building to a crescendo anyway, but then they still kind of felt like they got cut short a little bit.
Yeah.
I think My Hero was no exception to that either.
I will die on that hill.
Sometimes they manage to land it well, you know, and people are fine with it. But then sometimes it's just like, oh, is that fucking it? Then
I don't care if this is a hot take or anything, but like, I still stand by the fact that I think the My Hero Academia ending was good. I think there was like a lot of trips and falls to get to it, but when we got to the ending, I thought it was brilliant. Whereas JJK's ending is terrible. There's a certain point to me where the manga just literally falls apart, and Gege Akatami, story-wise, falls down the stairs, and it's just like constant flights of stairs, and no matter how he can stand himself up to get upright, he just keeps falling down them stairs.
People have joked that is it Fujimoto who is the manga author for Chainsaw Man?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, people are joking that Fujimoto's ended Chainsaw Man because Gege Akatami's ended JJK.
Bit fucking late for that.
Well, no, because like obviously we still had that modulo or whatever the fuck it's called.
As
well, like that because that literally just ended.
And at its end, just announced that they're doing another one.
Another sequel.
Doing another one?
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, I think I heard something about it. I don't know if it was real or not. You're talking about saying I think it was actually supposed to be more of a prequel about the Zenin and the Heian era or something like that. It could be complete bollocks for all I know. Most of this news I get from fucking Twitter, which is not the most reliable place.
Old reliable Twitter.
It could be utter bollocks. I don't know,
but it's so like, honest to God, like I have a love-hate with Shonen Jump because it's so weird. Because like I didn't think Kaiju number 8 was going to end, and then everyone's like, oh, it feels like it's ramping up towards the end. I'm like, no, it's the end of the arc. We've still got more to explore. And like, nope, ending in 5 chapters. Goodbye. It's like, that was it. And like I said, Kaiju number 8 doesn't go out. I would say it doesn't go out on high or it doesn't go out on low. It just ends, and you're just kind of like, I thought there was more. Oh well. Yeah. But
Kaiju number 8 specifically as manga, it ends on such a note. It's like, yes, the series will carry on in your memories and in your heart, and I'm like, and in the
Kafka will be in Doomsday.
And I'm just there like, and the numerous plot threads that you could have kept the series going on for literal decades. What are you doing? Why have you let this go? Give it to me, and I will keep it going.
Yeah, it's that's the thing. It's always a bit of a pain with Shonen Jump because I feel like it must be like a very demanding industry because we've seen manga authors like almost killing themselves, trying to keep this series running. But I think it's because I think ever since, well, even during like the Big 3 era, we've seen from like interviews and stuff like that. Even back then, it was demanding, but I feel like even more so now because I feel like Shonen Jump they're constantly determined to like we're going to have the next big thing, we've got the next big thing, and if something doesn't match that ridiculous standards that they've set, that's it. It's like, we're just going to drop you like hot shit, basically. I mean, you've seen what was that manga that was it like Red Riding Hood or something like that?
It's funny because as you were saying it, I was trying to Google the author because it's because this is the other thing that bugs me, absolutely bugs me with Shonen Jump sometimes, because they will sometimes cancel a series that is doing so well or like that is really cool, and then but then they'll hype up ones that aren't so great. And like the worst one of that was Hunter's Guild Red Hood by what's it, Yuki Kawaguchi, and I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I'm dyslexic, so I'm playing a losing game here. But he did Hunters Guild Red Hood, which was obviously like a play on Red Riding Hood. And it was a mix of, it was this weird blend of art styles of like Oda and what's it called? My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a weird mix of them two. The art style was so cool. The story was so good. And then it hit what would be a training arc. And then that's it. They just lost popularity. And the guy just like, that's it. He couldn't. They were like, oh, we're going to cancel your manga now after, what was it? I think it got to about 19 chapters. And I was honestly so gutted because I thought this was going to be the next big thing. And then this poor fucking sod, like, he goes away, comes back with Auth of the Flame. And it started out okay, but then you could see him sweating because he knew cancellation was around the corner, and they didn't give him a sodding chance. And it's such a shame because he's such a talented artist. And honest to God, if I could write a petition to get like Hunters Guild Red Hood back in Shonen Jump, I bloody would do. He's wasted on Shonen. Like I said though, the problem with Auth of the Flame is because that had some potential, but you could see he'd been burnt before. So a lot of that shows up in his storytelling and his writing, because there was one point where he was starting to get his like, that's it, he's on a winning streak now. And then no, they cancelled it. Just literally like, and it's weird with some of these mangas. Me and Retro have gotten to the point now where we can sense there's going to be a cancellation. Yeah. And it was like I said, I was so frustrated because Hunters Guild Red Hood was so cool. It was so good. The artwork was so good. It had fucking waifus for days. And then it doesn't get past 19 chapters. And then they had another manga running at the same time, and it was called Geeking X. What a load of fucking shite that manga was. Every week I tried to give it a good go, and it was just absolute bollocks. It was a rip-off of Naruto, it was a rip-off of so many other shonens. It had no clue where it was going. It was trying to be Avatar, and that motherfucker lasted for 30 chapters. Where's the justice in that? I'm not happy. I mean, it's fucking stupid.
I mean, I'd say it was only 11 chapters more, which 30 chapters is still not great. That's nothing.
No,
but still,
it's still like... 11 chapters of... Was it 11 chapters of shite?
I've never even heard of it other than, like, when you've complained about it.
Hold on. Because I have, on this device, I have the Shonen Jump app. And I have a list of all the ones that I have read and the ones that have been cancelled, and several that have been cancelled. Like just early. There's one recently which is getting cancelled. It's only got to like, which is it's getting cancelled soon, because you can tell because they've sped straight to the final dude. Gone Wrong Egg. That's that I think that's gonna be ending in like 23 or 25 chapters. Then there's Kaede Gami, which is all about like the Chinese spirits and whatnot. They didn't even get to an ending. They had to do a part sort of. This adventure is going to carry on past the chapter's end. I was like, okay. Chill Blue has an anime coming out. The manga's ended.
Yeah, there's There's another manga that got cancelled and got an anime, something like Black Cat or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but the only thing is there are some positive mangas out like that do deserve animes. Like Kagurabachi's smashing it at the moment. Like I know that's gone beyond the meme. Yeah, it is really good, and that's weird because it ended part 1 a chapter or two ago, and then immediately just picked up with part 2, which is the story in it seems like it's like a hidden inventory sort of a style, because they've kind of gone back in time. And then the next one that needs an anime like soon as fucking possible is Hero Organization.
Yeah, that's a good one.
which I don't hear anybody talking about, but they should fucking be talking about.
It's a mecha sci-fi following the kids in an academy, and this was one of those things of like it started following the same sort of path, and it was one of those things of obviously different circles, different interests. So me and Jagger go in various different circles when it comes to the manga. But I kept reading it, and then I collared Jagger, and they were like, "You need to keep reading. You need to."
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And now it's collared both. Can't say much more because.
Yeah, because you need to wit. You kind of need to. You like the hook. You kind of need to see it for yourself without us telling you.
The twist is a hook, and if you know about it early, kind of can you can kind of pull yourself off that hook and walk off. Which is, in the fishing pond of manga, not what you want to do.
Yeah, this is why I kind of find it hard to sort of get into new mangas because it's like you don't know how long they're gonna last. They might go the distance, they might fucking end in 20 chapters, like you said.
A new one, sorry.
Yeah, at least I think at least I find it because like when a show's obviously got an anime, then it's like it's already kind of done well enough to get an anime, so it's like it's a bit easier to be invested in that.
Well, apart from that one that we mentioned that got cancelled and still got an anime for some reason.
Yeah.
But it's very rare. It's very rare that like it's only recently where I've started reading manga, and there's only been a few where I've actually read it from chapter 1. Like I said, Kaiju number 8, reading that from chapter 1. And seeing it get an anime and watching it ends the first time I've ever done that. Like I said, I'm usually like you, Mizu, where I've seen the anime and then I'll pick up the manga. But I'm kind of enjoying like finding manga of my own and then seeing them get turned into an anime and seeing how well they get adapted. Like Dandadan, and Gacha Akuda, two of my favorites as well at the moment. And reading the manga before it got an anime is I'm finding very interesting, especially when, like with Dandadan's case, they've changed it, but they've evolved it so much more than the manga. I'm just really enjoying it. I'm enjoying just finding manga that doesn't have an anime.
It is satisfying to be those. I was there before it was cool.
Yeah. So. Yeah, like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with Shonen Jump, and I think sometimes they're just they're a bit like Netflix sometimes, or they're just a bit too keen on cancelling a manga before it's actually had its breath. But there's to be fair though, there's quite a lot of manga that are popular on the app that I've just not gone to read yet, and apparently that Ichi the Witch is supposed to be good, and I think that's is that getting an anime?
If it does, it's gonna be.
Have you read Ichi the Witch?
I am completely caught up to date.
Yes. Is it any good? Is it our bag?
Initially.
Is it anime? Is it Scarred Mentality anime apparently approved?
I would say it is a different kettle of fish, but we would enjoy it. Imagine the idea of
Imagine a world where witches are itchy.
I'm trying to think of a quick way to put this, but
imagine a world where witches have jock itch.
Kinda, but universe, only women are witches. Only women can be witches, and as witches, they're the only ones that can deal with the quote unquote Pokemon of the world. It's called magics. Magics can be anywhere between, catastrophic earth-shaking calamities to slight nuisances. Like a bit of a sniffle here or there. Each one designates a specific challenge, and if you complete said challenge, you can then they are then forced to make a contract with whoever's completed the challenge. But only women have the ability and capacity to retain magic.
Sexist bastards. It's basically the Barbie movie if it was in Harry Potter.
Until
they fight demons.
Out of nowhere, a loner hunter
all of a sudden, a guy with a cock with magic spells ruins
manages
everything.
to outhunt one of the most powerful magics and inadvertently completes the trial.
This sounds a bit like Mashal.
As such, you now have the first male witch of the world who has one of the most powerful magics in the world, but has no idea how to use it, no idea how any of this world works, and only has one clear thing. He knows how to hunt. He's a very, very good hunter.
All right, okay, I might check that out.
And
but,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Go on.
Recent things that just happened in the chapters, I burst into tears crying. So,
awesome.
Given that the only other series that I have cried about is One Piece. Should tell you, they got something right.
Only 2 manga I think have ever made me cry, and that's Naruto and Chainsaw Man. And that's only because every time there's anything to do with Ponchita, I just burst out into tears. With Naruto, it was when he saw his mom for the first time, and I was just like,
that's one of those moments that it's like the end of Endgame.
Yeah,
it's one of those moments that like always gets me, no matter what, no matter how many times I see it.
It's when that kid turns around and says, "Was it I love you 3? Was it I love you 2000 or 3000, something like that?"
Yeah.
Kills me every time. Kills me every time. Do we have anything else to say? Should we talk about The Boys' final season, or is that much to say about that?
Well, I just wanted to say, because Retro was reminding me talking about a series about witches. Whatever the fuck happened with Burn the Witch? Because that was one of those series because Tai Kubo, he's like, you're an asshole sometimes, isn't it? Because ever since he's done Bleach, he seems to start stuff and never really does anything with it. And he's the most procrastinating bastard.
I didn't understand the whole Burn the Witch project, because it was like, it's a spin-off, but it's not a spin-off. It's in the same world, but it has nothing to do with what happened in Bleach or any of the rules in Bleach.
In hindsight, I think it was supposed to be he did it as a one-shot. It was supposed to be its own thing. It's supposed to be just, oh, here's a cool little idea. We'll just go away. Here's this idea. A nice, neat, cool. I get a bit of pocket change. Let's move on. And as he turned around to move on, the people who did Bleach went, so this is your next series then? What? This is tied to Bleach then? What? No. And he just ended up and now he's ended up with a whole bunch of people breathing down his neck going, what did this mean? What did this mean for GTA 6? And he's like,
can you honestly blame him though? Because no matter what you feel about Bleach, you got to admit Tai Kubo is an incredibly talented mangaka, and
he's always been.
So it's just please do more,
do
more stuff.
But
the children yearn for more.
Yeah, but you've also got to be aware of
that's
the crushing pressure that the man was put under. And he very much doesn't want to go back
but
there.
It's I get that. I get that at the end of the day. But it's even Kishimoto tried to do something else. Samurai 8, which was another series that was cut short.
I've never read that.
I think is a disappointment, because I think it had some potential. Never mind. Toriyama, he's obviously done things here and there with Dragon Ball. Not as directly invested, but still
he's done he did the minus series or something like that. Toriyama's done and he's done Sandland and other little bits, other little stories as well. But I think with Tai Kubo, because I'm sure he's the one that ripped his rotator cuff or something like that, drawing the manga, something like that. One of them did.
Maybe, yeah.
But the thing is the issue is I have is I think Tai Kubo is an amazing artist. Some of the stuff he draws is insane. I just don't like the way he tells a story. I just don't like the way this man goes about a narrative or anything. It's just some of his stories are just they just, I don't know. I've gone in depth about it. It's just there's a lot of setup for fuck all.
Well, yeah, that's literally the thing at the minute where he's like doing a couple of chapters or something, and or in the case of Bleach, he did one chapter to set up a new arc, and that was, I don't fucking know how long ago that was now.
Well, it seems he seems more invested in sorting out the anime at the moment, the 1,000-Year Blood War.
Yeah, which is great, fair, obviously, which is fine. But it's like, well, what comes after that? You know, because it's like
maybe he's trying to like smooth that out before he carries on.
Well, yeah, there's been a lot of talk saying that the final bit of 1,000-Year Blood War is going to have more to it, and to be honest, it needs it. I feel like I think the biggest flaw with the 1,000-Year Blood War arc is how it ended, but that was another one where again it had to be cut short, so it is a very sort of abrupt and a little bit unsatisfying ending. So hopefully it's massively improved on.
I've not watched part 3 of that. I need to.
You fucking what?
To be honest, because there was talks about us doing a review for the channel, and so I put it off so I could watch it fresh. So I've just put it off, and then obviously I've had stacks of other stuff to watch.
Please make the time.
If you could film Jagger Jones as our lone editor.
You're also not brave enough to give me too much shit.
No.
Few people are.
All of a sudden, Mizu Saru's missing out of all the audio of everything we do in the future now.
I'm just going to be redacted from this episode like the Epstein file.
Yeah, you are. It's just I'm just going to replace with duck noises for the rest of it.
Quack.
So
majestic space duck.
Quack. Do we need to talk about I did mention The Boys' final season, but I don't think there's much to really say about that. Shall we just crack on with our anime?
Yeah. We're here all day talking about all the upcoming TV shows.
Oh god,
there is a lot.
There's a lot of fucking films coming out as well. Before we dive in, the only one film I'm not looking forward to is Avengers Doomsday, just because I just don't have faith that's going to play out very well, to be honest. I think it's going to be a bit of a mess of a film. I'm looking for the film I'm looking forward to the most, though, and it doesn't even. No, yeah, it does. It comes out in November. Is Godzilla Minus Zero, but that's because I am the biggest Godzilla nerd. So
round 2, IMAX.
Oh yeah, we need to see it on the IMAX. Anyway, so should we talk about what this podcast is about? Anime, apparently. I think again, as always when we do this, Retro's probably going to be sat on the sub bench for most of this.
With one or two comments here from like the manga corner.
I'm not going to give us an option this time. I'm just going to start with the worst, and I think I'm going to get it out the way, and it's going to be My Hero Vigilantes. If you don't mind, Mizu, because
might as well get it out of the way.
Nothing fucking happens. What is this show? I am like 2 steps away from just fucking dropping this show altogether.
Is this the part where they're setting up for the concert?
Yeah, it's just. I thought this was My Hero Vigilantes. It's not. It's My Hero fucking Party Planner.
Yeah, no. Honestly, this is the bit that I liked. That I actually did like in the manga, because obviously what you can do with what they managed to do with My Hero Vigilante that obviously you couldn't really do in the shonen action heavy packed version of My Hero Academia is you can show life, the day to day of the quirks of the quirk-filled reality.
But it's boring as fuck.
Yeah, it's just all well and good, but like for most of this season, it has just been, we're planning a concert. We're just planning a concert. There's not like a variety of other stuff going on. It's just been all about that.
When you set up a show that's called My Hero Vigilantes, you expect some Punisher level shit, not fucking pop idol shit.
See, that's the thing. I feel like ever since the end of season 1,
I sound really passionate. I hate the show. I don't even. It's not even that bad. I just don't like it.
Yeah. Ever since like season 1 ended and like Knuckle Duster has basically kind of, I mean, it's come back in one of the more recent episodes, but like he kind of let it, because like I feel like he was kind of the driving force of this series.
Fuck me, Koichi and Pop Step are boring as fuck without him.
I don't. like they're not bad characters per se, but like it's just like they're not enough to like keep it going.
The thing is though, is like, the worst part about this show is all the interesting stuff doesn't involve the main characters.
Yeah.
It's like all the shit with Aizawa and even Captain Celebrity, who I give even less of a shit about, is more interesting than what Koichi and Popstep are doing. I would rather, like I said, that whole backstory with Aizawa and how he lost his friend was some of the best bits of this show. And now that that's gone, it's just boring. It's so dull. And also, why are we getting a redemption story for fucking Captain Weinstein? Why? Well, also, do you not think he sounds like Johnny Bravo? Is that on purpose?
Well, I think it's just like how they sort of see Americans, and you know. I mean, I think having an American superhero, you know, caught in several scandals is probably the most realistic thing about it.
He'll probably be president before the end of the season, won't he?
Oh yeah.
Not quite, but
it got to. It just the only character I like so far is the lie detector woman. That's just because I just like her character. She's just daft. She's funny. She's sassy. She's nice to look at.
Any scene she injects life into any scene that she's in.
I think as well because I literally just watched these 2 episodes back to back before we came on the pod. I was partway through episode 10, and I was like, I am so fucking bored. If it wasn't for this pod, I'd have just given up. And it's like, they get the Nomus that, like, go to explode. And they're flying, and it's the only interesting thing that starts to happen. And even then, I don't care. I don't care. Just blow them all up. Just blow them all up.
But we've not got to you've not got to the benefit office yet.
Is that a future plot point? The benefits office.
The benefit office arc.
Not quite the benefit office arc, but if you've gone past the bit with Aizawa's past, then you'll slowly be reaching the bit with 3 of the most lackluster, rarely seen characters who are glued into my brain because of what they're a reference to. But also for the bit that happens a bit later, where one of them ends up at the Quirk benefit office.
Yeah, I don't think episode 5 of this pod, we're not doing vigilantes.
Well,
I think that's it. I think we're done with the show.
I don't know how many. I think there's 2 or 3 episodes.
I think there's 2. Like we're on episode 10. So there's either 2 or 3 left.
Yeah, so it might be over by the next episode anyway.
The big question I had in this was in episode 10 as well. Is like, how do you go from performing in a mall to a 50k people event?
Popularity.
I'm sorry, that's like on Monday I was performing in the Trafford Centre. On Tuesday I'm now performing for the Super Bowl.
Well, I think it's actually less about him and more of that, like, oh look. You know, we got all these fucking A-lister superheroes to show up. I mean, if you fucking told me that Mirko was showing a live event, I wouldn't give a shit who the fuck it was for. It's like, I'm here to see the fucking Fit Rabbit go.
Wait, that is a fucking crime. That is like, she's only a cameo. Yeah, you'll only see her for 2 shots and that's it. Why are we not focusing on her? See what I mean? There are so many... No, sorry, I'm spinning out. I'm crashing out. This show is doing my nutting.
Yeah, but... I'm like, you correct me if I'm wrong, Richard, because you've obviously read all this anyway. But isn't there supposed to be a bit that focuses on her?
Yes,
or something like that.
Bit that's coming up.
So, right, I'll check back in.
Where's that? Where's that then?
Yes, that knits that. I think to be honest, I think I'm just done with this show. Like I said, anything to do with Koichi and Popstep, I just do not care.
Well, yeah, dude, you're gonna have to keep watching it at least to the end, because if it's just me talking about it,
I know I will do for the sake of the pod. But like, my God, it has been a struggle. Right, I want to move on to something else because the other 3 shows are in competition with each other at the moment. So, which one do you want to talk about more? Because I'm torn between Fire Force, Hell's Paradise, and JJK. I think out of all of them, I'm going to say Fire Force is the weakest out of the 3.
I don't know actually.
Tough shit. You don't get no option. You tried giving me shit before.
I feel like what The 2 episodes that came out in the past couple of weeks. Well, the first one I couldn't give a flying fuck about, but the second one is actually super interesting to me. So
yeah. So should we get Fire Force out of the way?
Okay.
Because I'm going to say because to me that's the weakest one, because I think that had 1 weak episode and 1 good episode, Fire Force, whereas JJK and Fire Force, and Hell's Paradise, I think had 2 back-to-back decent episodes. So I'm trying to look through my notes because it's been a while since I watched episode 8. But it was the
episode that Retro sort of referenced in our last episode.
Yeah.
Where they quote unquote explain Tamaki's whole Lucky Lectures look thing, which I'm calling bullshit now. They don't really explain it. maybe I'm being illiterate or something like that here, but it's like Fire Force is one of them. It's like where they might give an explanation for something, but it's so bullshit anyway.
Well, it's just so weird when they suddenly just decide to do commentary, because this is not a show about commentary, and then all of a sudden, like, I was so baffled when it started with live action footage of a woman doing Tai Chi.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mind fuck.
I was like, is this an anime only thing, or did they put it in the manga? And no, I looked it up. They actually put that in the manga. And it's shot for shot what they did for the manga.
So I'm just trying to think.
They literally scanned in photographs onto the page.
Right. Oh yeah, because it's like I feel like I need to physically see that. I need to see what that actually looks like.
I'll send it to you after the
because that just seems weird. Like,
oh, it is. It's here.
Imagine you're reading through the manga volume, and then all of a sudden it just looks like your grandma's for king.
I don't need to imagine. I was there when it happened. I was there when the magic was written.
Yeah, obviously you were. Obviously you've seen it, but like I've not read the manga, so like I need to like see this to actually comprehend how fucking weird it is.
It's just weird. It's just really friggin' weird, especially when like you have next to no context of it, and then you finally get context afterwards, and you have to come back a couple more chapters to reread it and be like, oh, so this is what that meant, I think, possibly. Let me just get my theoretical physics degree from JJK to understand this shit.
All I can think of is that Family Guy bit where like Brian keeps scaring Stewie with that album cover.
But the bit with the whole fight with Tamaki, I was kind of interested with, because I did like the commentary of being like, well, yeah, just because she's attractive, why should she hide a body that she's worked hard on? And you're jealous of her, but yet you're really smart. So should you just let someone who's not as smart as you, because that's what you would deem fair? It's like, it doesn't work like that. And it's the first time, I won't lie, it's the first time I actually like Tamaki as a character, because I did like it when she sort of like dropped the shirt and just like, yeah, everybody shut the fuck up, I'm owning this. I was like, all right, okay, I might be on board. But I still, although also, what's it, the guy Assault who kept all of his attacks started with throbbing.
He was.
That was weird.
See, the thing is that if it was just down to that, if it was just down to the commentary, and that'd probably be fine. But then it's like the fact that like, oh no, all this is to do with the collective unconscious of humanity. Is like they're hating on Tamaki because the supposed collective unconscious of Dio deems sexiness as something so it's lewd and we don't want it, And then there's some fucking kid who suddenly becomes awakened at the sight of Tamaki, and it's just like I am not like you plebeians. I have ascended.
I don't mind so much of being like, oh, she's the representation of like desire, which is hope and joy and stuff like that. I didn't mind the message that it said, and like this sort of like sex positive message. The problem I have is in the vessel and the time of which he used this, like, to to pounce this commentary on you, and it's like, you didn't have much setup for this. It's just, it doesn't, like, it's not one of those things where, oh right, if I go back to season 1 of Fire Force, it all clicked into place. No, it's still random and pervy.
It feels like a random thing to kind of throw in towards the end, kind of a bit like My Hero did with the whole heteromorph racism that they just threw in at the war arc at the end.
It does just feel like he's getting mad. He's like, okay, I just want it to be naked, all right.
Okay, it's like I have to justify it somehow.
Like, okay, I'll come up for a reason. I want to see titties.
Well, lack of them, because she's not.
Well, you know what the anime is like, dude. They always add like 3 cup sizes.
Doesn't matter the size. You're still having fun.
although it's funny because like when we talked about Togananki a while back, and it's the fact that like the anime actually made them smaller.
Yeah.
The manga, it's worse.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird for one time, like they descaled it.
Yeah.
But
it's like there wasn't enough in the budget for those cannons.
It's so funny because like the episode after that, I feel like Fire Force and Hell's Paradise had a conversation. And were like, right, you got to listen to me. JJK is kicking all of our asses. We really need to step up our game because this fight with Dragon and Arthur was fucking insane.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, which is weird because I was not invested in either of them. I'm still not, but the fight was really cool.
It's just utterly balls to the wall, insane. Like
it felt like a Studio Trigger episode.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's definitely got like Gurren Lagann Kill la Kill vibes going for it. I mean, especially when they start fucking fighting on the moon.
Yeah. That was weird. I was expecting though, because when they turned around and said like nobody can survive the vacuum of space. But our people, our heroes, do not care about that. And I was expecting it to go, nobody can survive the vacuum of space except Satoru Gojo. There were so many sentences in this where I was waiting for someone to say, except Satoru Gojo.
My own version would literally be, nobody can survive in the vacuum of space. So Baki Hanma used his muscles to contort reality and create an oxygen bubble for himself.
Yeah. Let's be honest though. If there was going to be any Fire Force character that could just bullshit his way out of
the entire cast,
dying in space, it would. Well, yeah. But more so than the rest of them, Arthur in particular, because he's just so delusional. He's so delusional that he's reached a point where he just defies physics and natural law.
There's a fun point in the fight where they're on the moon and he's doing his final slash into was it Dragon, which by the way did he not make you think of the Spiral King from Gurren Lagann?
Quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah, he's like the look and everything. But he goes to slice it, and then he slices Dragon and the planet. And it's that scientist dude that turned around and said, oh, his sword is giving life to the planet. And I'm like, I don't think he's helping. He's cut it in two.
Yeah.
He's split the planet in twain, motherfucker.
Also, like, Arthur is like fucking, like, half of him is disintegrated.
That made me laugh when he's floating in space and he turns around and says, it'll be fine when I'll recover. And I'm like, you're a stump.
That's the thing. If he, I don't know how this is all going to play out. So if he actually survives that, I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling absolute bullshit.
I think if he survives that, he's going to change his name to Matt.
Yeah. Also, random tangent, completely random tangent, but it trust me, we'll come back to this. Has anyone seen Zootopia 2?
What the fuck?
No, I'm watching it this week.
Yeah,
I'm watching it this weekend with my partner.
Right. Well, do you mind if I just say something? Just it's a slight spoiler, but it's relevant to what I'm saying because because I watched it yesterday.
Okay.
Because I know it's on Disney Plus, right? And right, without spoiling it too much, there's one character in it who gets stabbed with snake venom. Yeah, it's lethal snake venom. But then comes back 5 minutes late. Like, you're seeing it, he gets stabbed with it. Like, clearly should be dead. Comes back 5 minutes later, nothing wrong with him, absolutely fine. And he just says, like, oh, I'm alive. No explanation why. No explanation whatsoever. And that is what I'm feeling like at the minute.
Yeah,
I got
just
better.
surviving utter bullshit.
Well, the thing is like where Fire Force is up to at the moment, where everything is like based on your imagination, reality is basically meaningless. Arthur could just repair himself because reality's fucked. That's simply.
I guess so, but it's just like it still feels like such an asshole.
Forget this, you yourself just said, he is so incredibly delusional. He thinks he's in an RPG. So what do you think will happen if somebody just hits him with a feather and say "Phoenix down" from Final Fantasy?
I mean, maybe, but it's like, not every RPG ends with the character surviving. I mean, it's like a lot of them die at the end.
It was funny when it first started as well, and you've got them talking to each other like, I will stop your despair. It kind of felt like, when like an anime's watching another anime, and it's that like pretend sort of a scene. It's like it's a TV show made for the characters to be watching. It didn't feel like Fire Force. I felt like it was a fake TV show I was watching, and it was gonna cut to like, was it Tamaki and Shinra watching it on TV? But it was it was such an insane episode. It was so good. Like I said, it was weird, but it was so good. I had I forgot I had a note written down that I said, I feel like Fire Force and Hell's Paradise felt pressure from JJK to come out of the kitchen with some Michelin star plates. Because I could not believe, like, because the animation for most of Fire Force's final season's been a bit meh. But this one was insane.
Fine, but,
insane, man.
I feel like if the last few episodes have that same level of quality and budget, then maybe we're actually in for a treat for this.
So, do you have anything else you want to say on Fire Force?
No, I think I'm good.
Shall we move on to the next best set of episodes, like Hell's Paradise? Because these two episodes were fucking brilliant. These were some of the best episodes of Hell's Paradise.
I feel like I'm going to need a bit of a sort of refresher on what's happened, because it's like, so I can't remember where we left it off last time. So I really should learn the name of the characters. It's driving me insane. They're
very sort of
the Kenpachi looking dude was it ripped his eye out. It's like, I can see Tao now.
Yeah.
That's where we left it off. So like I said, carry on from that.
So I think it's episode 8 and 9 that we're looking at, and in episode 8, it's when they go into the backstory of One-Eyed Willie and the two twins. I really enjoyed that episode because not only did the animation, the art style change, but it was everything I thought Hell's Paradise was going to be season 1. Like, it was dark, it was twisted, everything about it, like everything from cinematography to the colors. It's just, oh god, it was so good. The only thing is, though, is why is it, like, because I can't say the character's full name, like Dragon Blades, but why is it any character that ends in Onosuke or Osuke is like a lovably violent freak?
I don't know. There must be some sort of hidden meaning in the name with these Japanese ones.
Because he reminded me of like so much of like Inosuke as well, where he's just like, oh, I just like to fucking stab things. Violence makes me horny.
I am surprised that this isn't like the final arc, because it does have a very sort of Infinity Castle kind of vibe to it.
I know from what I've heard, this is the longest, like one of the longest arcs in Hell's Paradise. But I think there's this arc and then there's one final one. And then that's it. Which I'm guessing might be the fight with Rien, the purple-haired dude at the end. But I kind of want somebody to explain this to me, because like it goes through the backstory of all the Tenzin when they were kids and all being trained, and like this, like, oh, you're going to be trained in sitting on your ass, you're going to be trained on punching things, you two are going to get fucking. And I was confused because he was like, oh, you two are designed for this purpose. And it's like, so they're twins?
Well,
are they technically twins? Because he's this like, Is this some warped incest shit?
I don't know. It's because like they sort of treat each other. Not specifically them two, but like all of them in general sort of treat each other like brothers / sister / I don't know, fucking cousins. Who knows?
I was just so like I was just so confused. So I was like, so you are just banging your sister to get stronger?
Well, sometimes it's a sister, sometimes it's a brother. I don't know.
It's one or the other.
You know, I mean, like literally when we first see these two characters, they're lezzing out. You know, so
yeah. But
it's a complicated thing, and it's probably best not to think about it.
But I enjoyed seeing their backstory, and I actually ended up feeling quite sad for them because they didn't want to be in this situation, and they're kind of like, yeah, all of this is kind of fucked up and weird, and he just wanted to. I think it's Taofai, the pink-haired girl, my favorite.
Taofai, yeah.
Yeah. So like when they morphed into their...
See, I can remember hers for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I can remember the girls, no problem. The blondes.
I want to put her on my waifu list, but I don't have enough room on my waifu list anymore.
it's more of a waifu manifesto.
Yeah.
At this point.
it's more a rogues gallery now. But it's like I said. So when they fused, I actually felt quite kind of sad that they did, you know, like fused into that big, massive, fucking weird-shaped monster. And the whole, the fight with them and not Bakugo was really good. It was just, again, it's just really well animated and really, really good.
Yeah, although I do find it funny that like the sort of solution to being in this thing is like, hey, if we hold hands.
Yeah, that made me laugh because I wasn't expecting gay commentary when they were like holding hands like, hi, works with two guys as well.
Yeah. And
it made me laugh because Dragon Blade, as they were talking about it holding hands, Dragon Blade kind of just booted him out of the way. It was like, enough with this gay shit, hit things. But it's the way they set the fight up in this as well, and the way they've transformed it. Do you not feel like it was a Capcom boss?
A little bit.
Yeah, it feels like a Capcom game at this point. It feels like Resident Evil.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Reggio could probably tell you, maybe that could be a bot in Onimusha or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just well, he probably would do if he actually watched the anime or read the manga.
Yeah. Surprised he hasn't really, because like I still attest to the fact that like it seems like something up his alley, but no. Well, he never watches anything that we say we should do, does he? You know, he's got to be a fucking contrarian to that.
If people are wondering why he's not said anything, he's just nipped out for a second.
Yeah. Taking this opportunity to slag him off.
Yeah, taking this opportunity. The funniest as well is when I think his name's Chobe, but I want to keep calling him Bakugo. Not Bakugo.
It is Chobe,
yeah.
but it's funnier just to call him not Bakugo.
I keep thinking of Chode. He's a Chode.
Yeah.
But it's when he decides like, oh, I know how to kill them. I know how to kill them, and he rips his hand into his stomach and pulls out this water and starts throwing, like, begone, demon, begone. And it's just like the Wicked Witch of the West, just like, I'm melting.
Yeah, just starts dousing him with prime energy drink.
Also, the fact that he downed a full vial of water with he's got no gag reflex.
Yeah, what? Like, I know he can regenerate and stuff like that, but that doesn't make him a Orochimaru. You know, how the heck is he doing that? You
still can choke on shit, motherfucker. It's just you won't die from it.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, if you did something like block his windpipe with a thing that's like you're not in a constant state of death, then
Yeah. But it was just like I was also quite sad to see him go. I was like, well, especially Taofar. Like I was like, oh, I liked her. Like I said, she's encroaching on the waifu list. Retro, now that you're back, do you have anything else you want to say?
I have returned.
Seems that you know nothing about Hell's Paradise.
I returned, and tall women are awesome.
Oh yeah, there was an end credit scene. Now that you've reminded me, there was an end credit scene with the beautiful blonde giant and their crew all turning up, because I kind of forgot that they were there. with the shinobi.
Yeah, they haven't really sort of like we know obviously they've shown up and like they're on the island and they're on the way there, but it feels like at the moment it kind of feels like the dragons in Game of Thrones. I mean, it's like, it's like they're on the way, they're coming.
So funny because that guy, I've forgotten his name and I had it in my head. The guy with the black samurai outfit on, the one that's like really pissed off, and he finds out that two more of his buddies have died, and he's like, oh, now he's reaching another form of fucking pissed. And it's when he summons the monsters, and I was like, oh shit, they ride him now.
We ride him now?
It's like, oh my god, he's a Pokemon master.
It's a whole.
It's like he's just speed running a season. He's just speed running season 1 at this point.
Oh my god, it's how to train your abominations. We're all fucked.
A whole new world we live in. Do 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 do.
But the funniest episode is forgot end of episode 9 is where it cuts to Stick, the blind guy.
Oh.
And he's
I was like, Stick? I was like, oh yeah,
Having only seen season 1 and yet immediately knew
pensioner. Was it pensioner Daredevil? And he's chopping away at that Tenzin, and he's like been slicing away forever. And he's like, how many is that? And she's like, 215 or something. He's been paired with like the worst person, and it was was it the little girl? And she runs over and she's like, oh, you're getting too tired for this. And it's like, well, yeah, no, if I keep going when I get tired, you can tag in anytime you want, darling. I'm doing all the fucking work.
It's just like, okay,
a boost of recuperation.
The Tenzin can regenerate, so his idea is he's just going to keep slashing away, but he's chopped it in half 215 times now.
The girl who's paired up with Sticks. Is this?
I don't know what she can do. I can't remember.
Because there's supposed to be something where because Tao can both hinder and amplify other people's Tao depending on the affinity of it. So it's like, depending. Some people, she could obviously sort of help heal them by touching them, sure. Depending on the right affinity to her Tao or something like that. It's not necessarily an ability to heal. But yeah, it's basically this guy's plan for dealing with these semi-immortal beings that can regenerate. It's just I'm just going to keep hitting him. I'm just going to keep hitting it, keep cutting them until they die.
Also, I've just realised we've not seen Gabimaru in a minute. Is he dead? What's happened to him? I don't think we've seen him in 3 episodes.
Yeah, because her and him and Yuzuriya were kind of dying.
They were shaking hands with death. They were going for coffees with him at the moment. Last time we left him. So I wonder when we're going to cut back to them too.
I feel like we're missing. We need the crow or something from Demon Slayer. we need that. We need something to be announcing the results of these fights as
I love that crow. That crow's Present Mike from Ultra Rumble.
Upset that we missed out on having the crows from Naruto return in Demon Slayer and in Hellpurse. Exactly. Because obviously they cry out in Japanese, don't they? Aha, aha, and it translates to you fool.
I'd love to just do an abridged version with those crows when it's just flying up to Tanjiro and go, guess what? That bitch is dead. The bitch is gone. You fuck, motherfucker.
Both of the crows doing that Chris Tucker meme. Dang.
Run, bitch, run.
Double KO. There's what was it? It made me laugh because all I could think of is because there's that Tenzin that's just sat reading a book, and he explains what Rien, the purple hair guy, is going to do, and he says, basically he's got the boat and the flowers, and he's going to take them all, and they've all got the butterflies in. So all the butterflies are all going to come out of the cocoons and start infecting everybody and turning people into weird flower monsters. And all I could think of was Dragon Blade just turning around and going, shit, I've only got one more hand. I'm going to have to cut everything off.
It's just he's just going to unleash... Basically the plan is that I'm going to unleash COVID on Japan. Turn everybody into tree people, you know. I have my own Guardians of the Galaxy convention.
Yeah. I want to turn everybody into the Flood from Halo. I saw that and thought that's a neat idea. So, do we have anything else to say on Hell's Paradise? Shall we get?
No, I think that's kind of it for now.
Shall we? I'm just gonna get my notes. Because the funny thing is I thought we'll get. Obviously, we're on to JJK now, the main event. There's not much to say about episode 9 because there is so much awesome shit in episode 9. The entire fight with Higuruma is fucking amazing. The only thing is like, is that a Gabble or Milner? Because
I think it's kind of a bit of both.
Because he was throwing that thing around like he was the king of Asgard.
Yeah, I think he's also probably taken notes from Amy Rose from Sonic.
Yeah.
But it's like, I was not expecting that because I obviously figured, like, okay, so yeah, his ability is going to be based around,
courtroom.
Courtroom, was it Law and Order Special Curse Division?
Yeah.
So once he, once he does obviously the initial bit and like that initial trial, like it was like, Yuji's basically being accused of underage gambling.
Yeah.
Which was all quite interesting seeing Yuji try and navigate that.
Yeah.
And then when it's just like, obviously he gets the verdict, the judge man thing says, confiscation. And then it just suddenly kicks off into Higuruma, just like, starts throwing hands. Yeah. I'm like, oh shit. Okay, so we're in Daredevil now.
Well, it was funny to me because the fight's going on and he's like, how am I gonna sort this? And then he turns around and goes like, I demand a retrial. And I was like, that was smart. And then he goes, you're charged with mass murder. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I've got a note here. It's just like, could I not just solve this by admitting to public masturbation and just call it quits?
Interesting moment though, because obviously Higuruma knows the evidence that Judge Man hands it to in advance, so it kind of knows all the information. It's just the other person obviously has no idea what the evidence is.
Yeah,
so he's like, is this going to make me look bad or not? It's like, do I lie? Do I not do?
It's about like, because this is the bit I find interesting because it's all about how do you navigate telling the truth. But like, you could, if you lie, you could save yourself, but you could also incriminate yourself more. So it's one of those things of like, you don't know what they have and what they can twist. So I find it very interesting because it's more you admitting your guilt and stuff like that.
Because my sort of question is because obviously being honest doesn't seem to lessen the penalty, does it?
No.
Because it's like when Yuji admits that says like, oh yeah, I'm a mass murderer, I kill those people. The judgment immediately just goes death. Okay, guilty, death penalty. It's not like, oh, lenient sentence or something, is it?
No.
No, life in prison or some shit. No, it's like, no, we're gonna fucking kill you. So if he'd been honest about, if he'd been honest about the underage gambling, it's not like he still wouldn't have been attacked.
No, but it's the way you can argue the point because you can still tell a half truth and get away with it. But it's because also Yuji just went, yeah, I'm guilty. I've killed, mass murdered all these people, which I liked what Higuruma said because I feel the exact same way as Higuruma, and it's like, you didn't kill all those people though, so why are you carrying the weight of somebody else's actions? Yes, Sukuna is inside your body, but you didn't have control on what he did. Because I've always found it confusing that Yuji takes that burden on so much, and it's like there's only. I suppose that speaks to Yuji's character, because I suppose I'd do the same. Like, it's not really my fault, but I would feel guilty that they've done that. But I don't understand why Yuji gets so like. There was nothing he could do. Yeah, he was knocked out. It was out of his control. He may use his body, but it wasn't his actions. So I was with Higuruma at the end of that, and I thought it was like, because even he was like, you've admitted to guilt, but you've admitted to somebody else's guilt.
I do find there's a funny thing I've seen as well, because it mentions like how judgment works as well. Like it, tells the user all the information about about the case beforehand. So it's like in the case in Yuji's case that they're talking about, he would have had to explain who Sukuna is and what went down in Shibuya in like probably in a split second.
Also, of all the people to use this domain expansion against is Yuji.
He basically would have Higuruma's probably just had two seasons in the movie just basically broadcast to his brain immediately, explaining all this shit.
The episode after that, was it episode 10? Like, I think Mappa needs to calm the fuck down. Other studios need to eat, like. You can tell these people haven't, like, the sun is a concept to them. Yeah, touching grass, going out and touching grass is nothing but a myth to Mappa Studios, because like the level of animation against his name's Reggie Star, but he always makes me think of what's it called? There's an advert. I think there's a Much and Low advert where there's a Post-its guy that follows somebody around, or that there's a diabetes advert that's come out recently where a guy gets covered in letters and stuff like that, and that's all I can think of.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, like, what the fuck is this guy's deal with all the fucking like, I thought it was like sticky notes or some shit.
But no, it's receipts.
Yeah,
and invoices.
Which
how the fuck he remembers what everything is on those receipts?
But still, it's another technique which is like, it seems simple, but there's actually a lot more depth to it. And I don't give a shit about the character, but I actually like the ability. Because it's not just a simple case. It's like, someone bought a microwave, so I can summon a microwave. Something like, it's the fact that like, oh hey, yeah, I've got this receipt for a 2-day spa, and I'll get the rejuvenating effects of that. Like, that's interesting.
And that was like a full heal off Pokemon, wasn't it? Like full restore, just ding, yeah.
But it's another one of those where, again, it's like it seems broken, but it's not as broken, because it's like he says, we're basically in a battle of attrition here. Is it you for your Shikigami and me for when I run out of receipts. Not all of them are going to be good, isn't it? It's like, what? Because like, you got to bet like at least half a dozen of those are probably like McDonald's receipts.
Yeah,
it's like, how much benefit?
He's going to throw a Big Mac at him at some point.
That's it. It's like, how much benefit are you going to get in a battle from a Happy Meal?
Yeah, it's kind of like random luck as well. But I really liked how, because the animation in this, like the fight choreography of what's it called, Megami in that flat, was so insane. Like, the fight choreography all season's been so mad, because I like it feels like you're actually watching a martial arts movie, and the way they do the normal like fight choreography mixed with their jutsus as well. I say jutsu, sorry, their techniques, their curse techniques as well. It's so cool.
Jutsu literally means technique, so you're not wrong.
Yeah, using all of that, like the bouncing off the two frogs, that fucking explosion as well. Which, by the way, like, throwing your bodily parts for explosions doesn't seem like the best power moveset.
No, well,
it's like an organ doning gambit.
I didn't realize at first that like he was actually going to regenerate those parts.
No, I forgot that.
He has because you mentioned briefly the fact that he has like reverse curse techniques to sort of regrow those bits.
Yeah.
but even so, it's like that is another unfortunate curse technique, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite literally a curse technique.
And also, like how he found that out. I honestly would love just like a little, like a little sort of series or a book or something that just like says how these sorcerers found out about what their technique does. It's like same with quirks in My Hero. It's like, how do you come across this?
The thing is, though, it's the progression of the quirk as well. Because I'm guessing, like, maybe what I could imagine logically he was trimming his nails and flipped it and then exploded.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
But then where do you go from oh my god, I can do that? I wonder if it works with my eyeball. I wonder if I rip a molar out, will it have the same effect? Where do you get from A to B?
Yeah, and it's we don't get enough time to ever actually go into depth with it, because is it a case of how big the body part is, or how valuable the body part is that causes a bigger explosion? I don't know.
Just this awful moment of
it's I have questions.
Yeah. I just think, wouldn't it be awful? It's the size of the body part, and he's like, oh, can't use my cock. I got a tiny dick and tiny balls.
Well, yeah, because it's if you could just use any body part, wouldn't you just keep a jar of toenail clippings or something?
Yeah, why?
It'd be like the worst version of Gara.
Yeah, it's I understand maybe you can get a bigger explosion from an eyeball and it will regenerate, but it's the sheer fact of you ripping your eyeball out. And then, we get to a part that, I'm sure I'm going to get oodles of hate from the JJK fandom. But this comedian guy, I cannot stand. I did not get him in the manga at all. And it's a shame we've done our blind rankings of, annoying anime characters, because he would be right at the top. But
see, it's hard for me because
I'll admit, in this episode, it made me fucking chuckle.
Oh yeah, it was funny as fuck right off the offset. It's when he tanks that explosion to the face, and he's just like, 0 damage, and his blood is spurting from his forehead,
and it's everybody all awkwardly looking around, just like.
But it's because it goes on for 3 minutes.
Yeah,
of him just stood there, blood shooting out of his head, and everyone's just it's looking awkwardly. And I think one or two of them are they trying not to laugh?
Yeah.
It's definitely one hell of an introduction.
Sorry, choking on my coffee. I love the bit where he turns around and goes "Oh, I've really got to smash this joke. Free Wi-Fi."
Yeah.
And then it goes 2D, really crudely drawn for this tumbleweed moment.
I'd love if that wasn't intentional. That was just that was just a rough sketch from Mappa.
Yeah.
just fuck it, keep it in.
That's funny.
Do it live.
That's funny. That's some funny shit, man.
Yeah. So I'm guessing the deal with this type of a guy is because his whole shtick seems to be Japanese variety shows, because
it's Japanese comedy, and going forward, it's a lot of English readers, like myself included, were unless you're actually Japanese, a lot of these jokes will fly over your head.
Yeah, because we saw quite a bit of this in Dandadan, with some of the characters doing these jokes that are obviously from these Japanese comedy variety shows, and they just they probably get a hell of a laugh in Japan. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. But any English reader, just okay, sure.
Yeah, which I am like I said, I am very impressed, because I feel like the anime is doing a better job of showing his comedy chops, because as soon as he turned up, I rolled my eyes, because I knew he was turning up, and I don't like him in the manga, but I'm not gonna lie, I had a bit of I think I'm gonna have the same relationship with him as I do Kinta a little bit, although I don't hate him as much as I do Kinta, but because Kinta I can't stand in the manga, but when he turned up in the anime, he did actually get a couple of laughs out of me. Because I think it's more. I think the visual gags and the comedy lands a bit better. So, like I said, some of these were fucking funny. It's like that when Megumi's trying to come up with a plan, and the guy's right in his face. And it's dude, back the fuck off. I love when Megumi's trying to fight Captain Post-its, and he takes him to that gym to sort of to battle him there, and the guy throws 2 trucks at him.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, he's gonna get double isekai'd. What does a double isekai look like?
He died and come back?
Does it just bring you, but you just bring you back to reality?
He just it goes through two different he dies in one reality, dies again, and then comes back in another one. But
Yeah, it was like if it just really gets hit by trucks. It's like, why was I briefly in Naruto?
It's like, welcome to the new sitcom, 2 trucks and a zenin.
Also, what is it with every zenin member having half their face burned off?
Yeah, it seems to be a thing. They like getting cooked, don't they? They like being cooked and being sexist. It seems to be the zenin's thing.
Are they all
like I said, they're all related to Endeavor.
I could see Endeavor being a zenin.
Yeah. He does like to burn things. I'm not going to say any more. We could get cancelled. But no, it's hard to say. Like,
it's
there's no like way around it. But like JJK is just smashing it. There's not much more to say other than these 2 episodes. Like the animation, the way that they're going about it is so good. And this fight with Reggie Star and Megumi, I remember actually really liking in the manga. I think like there are some more good fights coming around the corner. But the anime's smashing it. Like what else is there to say? I'm sorry, it's won the season. it's won 2026.
It's going to be unfortunate because I think there's only 2 episodes left of part 1. Yeah. And we don't know when part 2 is coming out. So it's
it's in 2 parts.
So it's like, by the time we record the next episode, this part 1 will have ended. It's like, shit, what are we going to glaze?
We'll have to move on to like Sentenced to be a Hero and Frieren because they've been glazed at the moment. But we'll see. But we'll have to do like a big massive when all these shows finish. We'll have to do like a big review on what we thought of them all. So with that, is there anything else you guys want to add to?
No, I think that kind of wraps it for this episode.
I was here.
Everything was okay because I am here.
He was here in spirit.
Yeah, so I think we'll wrap it up there. But I think like I would say this has been a very peak week. I think the hardest thing to say is obviously JJK is definitely the peakest one of them all. I think Fire Force and Hell's Paradise have tied, definitely. Because the thing is, I hate saying that they're mid because I'm sorry, they're very close to being peak. I think I might just tie them for peak, all 3 of them for peak this week. No, tell a lie. I'm going to confuse all of you now. I'm going to say Hell's Paradise and JJK are tied for peak this week. Fire Force is mid, only because that Tamaki episode's let it down a little bit. And I wholeheartedly, with every fibre of my being, HA Vigilantes is trash. Is absolute trash. Mizu? Do you agree with that?
I'd probably say kind of the same, although I kind of like Fire Force a bit more than Hell's Paradise the last couple of weeks. But that's just purely based on the Arthur episode.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Like the Tamaki episode, I don't give a shit about, but the Arthur one kind of saves it.
I'm not going to ask you, Retro, because you've not watched anything.
I was here.
Retro, have watched any of these shows by the next episode? Let's find out.
Spoiler, probably not. So yeah, that's our episode today. Hope you enjoyed it. Not sure when Lazy Beats will be back with us, but it'll probably be us 3 again next time. So we'll see you then. Say goodbye, everybody.
See you later. Bye.